this also I can do. Let's run the code. Okay, if you want to go to the new line, that also you can do. Every time if you are printing, you can give us a new line. Print color you can do. So want any other ways? Like okay, this is fine. I can get via index also, right? Let's do that. For int initial, you can keep as the index only. So 0. So here, if you want to use play with array, you have to use the get method. Okay, that already everyone knows, right? Fine. Let's run my code. Comparison done. Okay, now done. Any other ways do we have? Do you have any other ways to print these values? Any other things? Who is using phone? Outside. So this also one of the way. So this means is nothing but this is the forEach. Okay. This forEach method coming in the array list itself. Okay, in the list interface itself, this forEach is coming. So if you want to check, you can go and check. Okay. So this is the forEach, but can you see here? It's receiving the something is different. Every time we are know some parameters could be integer, float, some other could be class object also we can pass, right? But here they are receiving as a something is called as a consumer. What is consumer? Okay, let's deep dive into that. Don't hesitate to go through the package codes. Okay, do that. Nothing else. There also they written the code only. They won't write any difficult language. They also doing like. Okay, so can you came once you came here? What is happening? That is the functional interface. That means what is the functional interface?
And interface contain only one.
Only one abstract method. Okay, fine. So what is that abstract method here? Accept. Fine. Apart from that, nothing else. It's a T in the sense. Anyone knows what is meant by this T?
We can take any data
Type. So that's on top level things as a type. You can specify is a dynamically. You whenever if you are giving as an integer float, it will accept all the things. If you are giving some class names also, it will accept. That is the things. Okay. Now, if you want to use that forEach, what we need to do? forEach method only receiving the consumer interface. Okay, let's create that. This is functional programming, right? Okay. Let's create the object for the consumer because I have to pass only the consumer object, right, for that forEach method. Okay, it's coming from utils function. Let me do that. Okay, so this part, let me comment it out as of now. Okay. Now, how can we create the object for the functional interface? How can we create?
implement class.
Okay, good. Fine. That's the only thing I know, right? So, class. What is the things as a consumer implemented? Consumer implement. Okay. This is the thing, right? I just created one class. I just implemented my abstract method. Apart from that, nothing else. Why? Because if you want to create the object for that class, that interface, you have to give the definition. Then only you can do. Now, can I do that, right? Consumer. New consumer implement. Okay. Now, can I pass this object instead of passing, giving the definition? Let me comment it. I will come to the feature. Let me do in the new thing. Numbers dot forEach print number. Can I pass this object? Is this am I going to get the output or not? If I am passing this object, can I get the output or not? Clear? Somewhere I missed the close brackets. Constant interface integer start expression as line number 34. Somewhere I may get anything wrong. This is one forEach also doing this thing. Oh, I didn't save it. So compilation done. Let's run the code. Now I got the output. Can anyone tell how I got the output here? Quick. Is that any confusion until now? Okay. I have a one list. So list also one of the interface. That interface giving one method. That method called as a forEach method. Okay. Now I just want to investigate further. That forEach method only receiving the consumer object, right? So if you want to verify, go to the forEach. It only receiving the consumer. As of now, if you don't know anything about this generic, don't focus on that. Don't make the confusion. That forget that one. Assume that's the one of the object you want to send. You want to send some parameter. You want to pass the argument as a consumer type, right? Okay. So now I passed. I got the output also. Okay. Now here that what is the things happen? If the consumer, if I am passing, what I implemented in the consumer. Let's go to the consumer thing. What I did. I just simply print the values. I accept the only integer number, not a numbers. Only one value I am accepting. I am just printing into the console. Is that any doubt until now? Still any confusion? You don't have any confusion? Oh. Okay. So forget about this also consumers. Now I have the one list. Numbers as a one list. Okay. In that list, they gave one method. That is a forEach method. Okay. forEach method, if you want to investigate, whenever if you want to use any method, right, you want to pass some arguments. Before passing the argument, you must be aware of the what is the type of that argument, right? So if I want to investigate, that forEach method only receiving the consumer type. Okay, I don't know what is mean by consumer. No problem. Go and check. What is the consumer? Go to that. Consumer is nothing but functional interface. So functional interface in the sense it definitely have the only one abstract method. So if you want to check also, come and check here only one abstract method was there, right? Okay, fine. Now back here, if I want to now I want to pass the consumer type of data as an argument. I need to create the object for that first, right? Okay, but consumer is the interface. How can we create the object? Definitely I can't until unless implement the abstract method. Okay, just what I did, I just implemented the consumer here. So inside that accept that abstract method, I just implement whenever if any integer value is coming, you just print in the console. Apart from that, nothing else. Understood? Any doubts? Okay, fine. Now one more question will arise. Here I am just passing the one object, one definition only I am passing. This is whenever if any values come, you do this one. But how values coming one by one? Here I am giving the list of values. So list of elements. How the elements passed one by one? How the things happen? That work take care by the forEach. Just to go to the forEach and just read the lines what they did. So what they are doing? What they are doing? They are receiving the consumer object. Okay, I mean that means the consumer reference where the consumer was definition was there. Just receiving the reference. Okay. Next, what it was doing? This means, what is mean by this? Which object called that method? That is the this. I explained what is the this and that. Right? Any doubts? Clear, right? Until now, no doubts. Okay, fine. So this is the object I am calling. This is the caller of the object. So I am taking that as the my value. Then what I am doing? Just doing the enhanced for loop. I am just passing the value one by one. While I am passing the value one by one, next what I am doing? I just call the accept method. Accept method from where? My reference. What are the reference I passed? Okay. Then come to here. Okay. This is my reference. I am passing this consumer implement object reference, right? If I am passing this one, if whenever they try to call the accept method, where it will come? It will come my implementation only, right? Simple. Okay. Now anyone tell, I want to simplify this. How can we do that? And then I will raise multiple questions. Can you able to answer? Okay, why I have to go to the stream API? What is stream? How the things working?
Using at a time multiple methods.
No, I am totally not. I hope you know, but you are telling is not correct. Now I want to reduce this line. So 2 sessions back also I did the same thing. I did multiple times actually. How can we reduce this one? I want to optimize this code. How can we optimize? But same output I want.
Lambda.
Okay. Don't go to lambda directly. So first what I need? Just a definition of that abstract method, right? Okay. So this one I don't need. What I need, I just one definition. Can I give the definition here?
Yes.
So I just want to copy this. This is the definition, right? I'm just copying and just paste over. Apart from the nothing else I did. So maybe here is consumer as the object. Anything else I did here? Nothing. Okay. 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 So that's beautiful. Okay, fine. So let's run the code. Let's check. Java C compilation all done. I got the output. Okay. I want to reduce further. How can we do? I want to reduce further. How can we do? This is called as the what is called. Here I did some definition, right? This concept. What is this concept? Until now, any confusion? Everything clear, right? Then answer the question. What is that concept called? If the class definition don't have the class name, what is? What about others? Are you in this planet, in a space planet, or some other place? Here only, right? If class don't have the name, that is called as the anonymous class. Okay. This is the anonymous class. Now I want to reduce further. How can we do? Don't tell the lambda function. Just tell how can we reduce. With the proper explanation. I gave the explanation earlier, right? This is not needed. Why? Because we JVM knows. Like that, anyone can able to tell now. Yeah, what is this? And not a first time, not a only one time. I did multiple times. I explained the things, right? So from these, what I can understood, no one practice, no one doing nothing. Can I take like that?
So we can remove data type integer.
Why I have to remove?
The
Can it? While I am teaching, may I did like that. I explained like that. Remove the integer, remove the void, remove the public. If I am removing the single character from the line, I will explain, right? Like that, you guys also must be explained, right?
no need of specifying the data type of the argument.
Okay, here I didn't receive the argument. Which one you want to remove?
Data type of name.
This one. Okay, I removed. It got the error next. This is the final I am telling, okay? I won't repeat again the same thing. Okay, fine. Here, this is the functional interface, nothing but you are going to create the class, separate class, or if you gave us the anonymous class, that won't care about. Whenever if you want to create the object for the interface, you must give the definition. That's it. Apart from that, nothing else. Okay. Here, I have the definition. This is the definition, right? Until this open flower bracket and close the flower bracket, that is called as the definition, right? So here, why I need to specify this everything? Why? Because this is the functional interface. Definitely JVM knows if I am giving the any definition with the proper name also, it going to that definition going to override that definition only. Okay, so that is not needed. I am just removing. Anything else? I just removed. Okay. Now, so is the single block of code. I am not going to give the any anonymous class also. So I removed this one also. So any other things can I remove? First of all, what I told, we already knows this is the functional interface. Definitely have the only one abstract method. There is no need to specify the method name and public void. Those things not required, and override annotation also not required. Definitely, what is going to do? Give the definition of that abstract method only. Right. Next. Why I have to specify this class constructor? What is the purpose of the constructor? To create the object. So here I am giving the definition directly. Why I have to call the constructor? Remove that. Next. What is the purpose of the new keyword? What it will do? Everyone knows new keyword just like it's used for the creating the object. Apart from the nothing else. So here that also not needed, but the question was why that one is not needed.
Because we are not creating the object.
We are creating object only, right? So if you are doing like that, you have to specify the lambda expression. So if you are giving us a lambda expression, that means this is going to be the definition of that, right? This is the definition of the functional interface. Definitely it's going to have the only one abstract method. I am going to give the definition of that one only. So if you are giving the lambda expression, the new keyword not required at all. Fine. I am giving the definition directly. Okay, fine. So if I am giving like that, there is no need to specify the type also. Now it's that also gone. So if you are receiving the only one parameter, parenthesis is also not required. If it is have the only one line, variable is also not required. Any doubt? Is it clear? Okay. Then now why I need to pass this one more way? Why I have to waste one more variable? I can directly pass this one, right? I just cut this one. This is the things I done here, right? Let me undo here. Just uncomment this. Now I will comment this. What I did, I just take this definition and just directly pass. There is no matter how I am writing the code directly as a pro level programmer. That is not a big deal. Everyone can do that. But you must be aware of that. How the things derived from the base to advanced. Okay. Now if I am passing this one, how many lines I say? Now I know how what are the things behind the scene working. If I am just passing this num arrow system that outer println, it was printing. But behind the scene, what are the things happening? It's going to the one of the definition for the consumer type. Right. Next, we gave the definition for the accept method. Then it will execute the things. So for each what we'll do, we pass the one by one element until the array was become empty. Simple. Any doubt? Everyone knows if I am doing this work, definitely I can get the output in the console. But you must have how the things was working behind the scene. Okay. Any doubts? Clear? Okay. So like this, few more things also there. Let's see how you guys understood or not. Okay. So here, this is the one way. So we have some other ways also. Whenever if you are working with any variables, the best practices, okay, you don't touch the actual data. Whenever if you are playing with any modification or doing any filtration, like I have a list of integer values, you have to only take the int, like I only take the even numbers. That time, don't remove the even numbers from the actual list. Don't do that. Create a one more variable, assign to that, work on that one. Don't touch the actual data. So that means here I have the numbers. This is my actual data, right? So whenever if you are playing with anything, don't touch the actual data. Because if you change the actual data in the middle, if you want to play something, that is depends on the scenario or your criteria. If you want to really change, then change it. But intentionally, don't change the things without any purpose. Don't do that. Sometimes you have to override. That time we can allow to do that. But if you are playing with any filtration, chart, that time don't do it. Okay, fine. That is the one thing. And one more thing, here what this forEach was doing is just giving the value one by one. So the same concept they introduced as a stream. Okay, I think a stream introduced 1.8, I guess. Let's check that one. Where it was introduced. It was introduced to 1.8, Java 1.8 version. So in that stream we have the multiple types, parallel stream, normal single thread stream, multi-thread stream also there. We'll play that one, not a big deal. So what is mean by stream? What is mean by streaming? What is streaming? Tell some real world example also.
What?
Sorry?
Watching.
Watch. This is not a streaming, right? Displaying. We don't have no example for that streaming. No one has the Netflix, no one watching the Netflix. What it is called? What they are telling? Streaming the data. What is called as a streaming then?
Continuous flow
Flow of some action. Nothing else. Flow of some action. If the river is going, that also one of the thing. Streaming, continuously flow. Then just to understand the stream, once it's forwarded, like we intentionally, if you want to carry forward, if your river was going, if you want to take that river to again put in the same place where it is start, that's not possible, right? Like that in stream also will be like that. And don't, so there is a multiple things. Okay, whenever if you take any concept, any example, don't take the multiple examples. Don't try to align with the real world examples. There is a one more issue also. So now you guys going to raise one more question. Initially you only told you just match all the things to the real world. Now I am telling, so don't do that. What is the reason? Why? Because now you take the example for the Netflix streaming. Okay. Once it's streamed, you watched it. After that we can forward back. But the previous watched thing, like how the time is gone. Now the second is gone, I can pull back. Maybe I can reset my clock. That means the time pull back. Right? The same thing for the streaming video also. You can tell some intelligence brain will be tell. Okay, if it is streaming, you can tell as a can't carry forward again. Definitely not. You can't carry forward. The time's gone means it's gone only. The same concept applied for the stream also. We'll play this one. What is streaming? This one also not required. how the things are working. Okay. Let's check the stream. So stream also interface, right? Okay, fine. But this interface, not a functional interface, it have the multiple
Methods.
abstract methods. One is the filter, another one is the map, reduce. So many things was there. If you want to use, you can use. Okay. Now the question is, how can I use this string here? So this is the first way. Okay. I'm just creating the type of the string. I'm going to receive the integers. I'm going to receive the values one by one. Like what forEach did. It give the elements one by one, right? Same stream also will do. Okay. Now let's print. Sorry. Yes. So what is the value? Number string. Number string. Can I able to print again? Can I able to print again? Is going to work or not?
No.
Let's check. Compilation done. Oh, it's printing the object. So let's print via loop, not an issue. For each I already played with that, so I try to use that same. Okay, this is number string, correct? Compilation. Okay, it's showing some errors. Let's understand error. But the first time I got the output. But the second time they are telling something. Just understand the error and explain to me what is that error.
That stream was not closed.
Stream not? Wait. First read the error. Don't murmur him. Just tell anyone.
Already we have used a stream.
So that means once it's streamed, you can't take it forward again. You can't reuse that. Okay, fine. Now, what is the real benefit here if I am using the streaming? Okay, we'll come back. This is also one of the cons. We can reuse that, but there will be multiple advantages. I will explain one by one. Now, if I am printing the num, like our numbers, old numbers, can I able to get the same value? It won't be anything changed. If you are playing with the stream or if you change the data, anything, it won't change. It won't affect here. Okay, fine. Okay. This is the stream. Okay, fine. Can I do any other things apart from the forEach? Now I got some idea about the forEach as a functional interface. Okay. Can I do any other things? Okay. Let's try. What are the methods stream has? Number stream dot filter is a one important thing. Okay. Now here I did the filter. Let's go and check the filter. This is the filter method. Here, earlier what we discussed as a one, it receiving as a consumer. Now it receiving as a predicate. Okay, no issue. Forget this one. It's just a type annotation. It's just a parameter name. That's it. Let's understand what is predicate. Predicate also functional interface. Now the full control belongs to us. I can play whatever I want, I can play. Now all of you guys just to do the one round of filtration. So what you need to do, whenever if you are calling this filter method, you have to pass the predicate object, right? So you guys just implement, you just pass the one predicate object. You just filter, I want to print only the even numbers. What is the logic for the even numbers? What will happen if you are doing the modulus? Remainder or quotient? Okay, good. So do that. Quick. Have only 5 minutes. Until 57. Huh? Why should I show? If you understood the concept, you can do, right?
I'm not aware about the syntax of the
What syntax do you need?
consumer, like the
This is the thing. What else do you need? Apart from that, nothing. It's just only array list only there. I removed all the things. I know you guys going to ask that. I removed. If you understood right, it won't the long time. Just 2 minutes before only I explained the same things, right? Try now. It's just an interface. I just want to implement that interface. Simple. I just pass that object. Quick. So what is the reason you guys can't be able to complete that? Or you guys need a time? Yeah, tell.
I am getting some error.
Understand the error. What is the error? Just read that.
Stream in the brackets we have integer, right?
Not a brackets.
And
Generics. Okay.
type string does not take parameters.
Are you passing any params in there?
No.
Just to check, that is the. What do you do?
This is for loop.
Why do you need a length of that?
For the loop to know how many times it needs to loop, we need a
First of all, list to have the length. Just to check
Yes.
what is length. Not reading the that is size. That is length is a list to have the length variable. Arrays only has in the list it doesn't have the length, it has the size. We need the size. You can directly go with the each, right? For each, right? Or enhance smart look also you can use.
so I deleted but
Listen to the forEach related class. Why?
Only explain. Only explain the part. Enhance the problem. So,
Sir. I did it but I am not anything
don't do in the lambda. If you guys doing the lambda, you guys never understood nothing. So what is the purpose? I'm doing this, creating a one more class here. I'm implementing the interface, then I'm passing that object to there. What is the purpose? So that is not a big deal. I can simply close this program as a single line, right? We have to explain and teach that much thing. What is the need? So what is the issue? You guys can't able to code. What is the issue? What is the reason? Tell the reason. I will figure it out and fix it now only. Where are you guys lagging? Core not completed. Just raise the hands. You completed. Okay. So can you tell why? What is the reason? Is that time consuming or what? So creating the class, implementing the interface, it's taking how much time it will take? Minute? 2 minutes? Just open your mouth, then only I can understand the issue, right? Even figure it out. Sorry? Nothing. This is the one predicate. This is just an interface. As a functional interface. What I have to do, I have to create a one class. Predicate implements. Then implements. Predicate. What do you need from the? You have to just import this. Simple. What do you need? This is the things. Then you have to create the predicate implement object. You have to pass it.
Actually, sir, we are not getting understanding the question.
Hey, what kind of things is this? Not understanding the question is what else you need? Tell. I need to understand. You didn't get the question in the sense what you guys didn't get the question. This is a true bone. Right? To be honest, is this question not understandable? Stop the coding. I am speaking here. What is the reason? Tell, then only I can figure it out, right? I can give the solution. My goal is you guys need to code. Simple. This is a simple thing I asked, right? What else I asked? You guys forgot how to create the class, any syntax, then implement the interface. Then what else you need? If no one open your mouth, nothing going to happen. Tell. If any issues like I couldn't able to start where I have to start, I stuck there. Tell what is the reason?
I'm unaware of forEach concepts in this class.
Okay. You? What? Tell.
I didn't understand.
Okay. Next. You also. Okay, good. You completed or not? Okay. Oops, concept not understand. Okay, great. You want to tell the same reason?
No.
Then different reason.
Stream concept.
If forget the stream, this implementation you guys don't know. That's what my question. This side you. That is completed now only. Before that, why you start? What is the reason? Why that much time do you need? What is the reason? Tell the reason. No reason. I am not ready to code, but I need a job. How? You?
When to apply concept
Okay, that is fine. I explained all the things, right? I gave just a few minutes ago only. I show an example, right? Then what else? If I am asking the question after I complete the concept, you guys, what is the purpose? You guys still right? I didn't understand. You just recall once. Why you guys hesitating? You?
or getting ideas.
Not
Getting idea like how to
how to create. She completed. You?
before how to
Sorry?
before get how to
Didn't?
before how to do
How to do. Great. What about you?
did not understand
Didn't understand. Okay. You?
what errors
Okay, good. Errors in the sense, no issue. We can resolve the errors, not a mistake. You?
didn't get the concept.
Okay. So now you guys tell me most of the things didn't get the concept. Then, while I am writing the question, if everything clear, is that any doubts, or you guys didn't open the mouth. What else do you need? How can I explain those things? Tell, we'll figure it out, we'll start the reason the session, not an issue. I can pass here.